It's your boy Noto, back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And in today's video, we're going to discuss why women act weird around attractive men they have a crush on. So, I came across this clip, guys, and this woman is explaining the behavior, I guess the childish behavior of why the chicks be acting weird around the men that they find attractive and people in general. So, we're going to go and watch this clip and we're going to come back and chop it up afterwards.
I seen a TikTok of this lady explaining how a lot of people that act weird towards you might just have a crush on you. Like, we be sitting here thinking like, oh, they're being weird, they're being fake, like, why are they acting like this towards me? And the whole time they like you, they want you, they adore you. Y'all know how people always say like, oh, back in school when a boy likes you, he'll like tease you and he'll like mess with you, mess up your hair and stuff. Or if a girl likes you, she'll be extra mean to you. It's the same thing. Like, people really never grow out of who they are as children, and partially that is inner child play, but that's also immaturity. Like, let's just call it what it is. That's immature as fuck. Like, I don't know, why can't people who like me just act shy and like, like timid like I do? Like, when I like somebody, I'm just like smiling, like I'm cool, I'm calm and collected. I'm not about to act weird. I'm not about to like go out of my way to bully them, or I don't know. I'm not saying that everybody that acts weird towards you likes you, because some people genuinely are envious and they see everything they aren't in you and they just weird for real. But I can definitely see how some people who act weird, like, they actually like you. Like, they just want some type of energy from you, some type of reaction. Childish, yes, but it makes sense.
So as you can see, guys, this is a very, very, very good way for them to get absolutely nowhere with the man that they actually have a crush on, or the person they have a crush on in general. That's the crazy part about it. And I know you guys have actually experienced this weird behavior from the chicks, and like, bro, like, this chick is acting really weird. This chick is acting really mean. This chick is doing all this crazy stuff. But at the same time, you got to understand, like, this is really all to no avail. Like to be honest, where are we gonna get with you playing all these games? It gets nowhere. It literally gets nowhere. And if you try to like bridge the gap and they still want to play the game, that's the worst part about it. There's been times when I've seen, okay, this chick been doing the most, and I'm pretty sure she feels some type of way, and you just want to be like, okay, let me go ahead on and stop and let's end these games. And they want to keep on going because of their own insecurities or because of their own way of thinking or whatever. And it just really goes on and nothing really ends up happening. That's the worst part about it. How they have a crush on you. That's the thing. You can't really understand one. How they have a crush on you, but they don't want it to go far. But at the same time, I remember I told you guys before that they already have the fantasy in their head about how it is when it is being with you. But when they actually get involved with you, they don't want to know the real result. They rather live in the fantasy land of being with you as opposed to knowing the real result, the real world result, because it'll kill the fantasy if you don't feel the same way about the chick, right? So I went about it thinking about it like that. Okay, yeah, it is cool. But at what point does that end? You see what I'm saying? At what point does that finally end? At what point does, okay, well, okay, let's go ahead on and get actual real world results and let the fantasy play out the way it is. But, maybe we should just let this go the way it's supposed to go in reality. It doesn't clock like that to women a lot of times. It doesn't clock like that. They will let the games go on for a long time. Like I told you guys, women, they've known me all my high school year, but as soon as we at the graduation about to walk, they told me they had a crush on me all this time. We're literally about to walk and we're not gonna see each other never again and stuff like that. And you wait till that point to come and tell me you have a crush on me. So all this time you acting mean, all this time you've been picking at me and doing all this other stuff, but you like me. You see what I'm saying? So that's the crazy part, bro. That's the crazy part. You're gonna have a lot of chicks that are acting funny around you, just acting weird around you, and acting like they don't even really like you for real, but really feeling you for real. Like she was just saying, bro. And really, to be honest, it really is immaturity. It really is childish because they want a certain result, but like like I say, they'd rather live in fantasy than the real world example. But the thing is, getting across that threshold of, okay, when are we ready to stop playing these damn games and let's get somewhere with this shit? You see what I'm saying? Because they rather stay on the treadmill than actually go out there on the track on the real world and actually hit the actual trail with you. You see what I mean? So, like, it's almost like you never just gonna really figure the shit out, to be honest with you. So some girls will play that game. They say some girls, but some grown women ain't gonna do like this. Some grown women they'll step and all that stuff like that. But when it comes to them and they see an attractive man, even the testiest ones can get. It depends on how high the level of attraction is of them. Like if they're highly sexually attracted to you, no, like they that can put them back into that mode of that immature mode of, oh dang, they're not so too sure now, they're playing games and now they acting like they don't see you and stuff like that. The dynamic goes on from young to old. So even the most mature women can still be like on that. Even the older women that be like that. So it depends on if you make them like if you have that effect on them when they see you and they be like wow, and they you make them clench up and make them think about some stuff like it just it can hit them too. And then they want to start playing the games, but they want to get close to you, but don't really want some stuff to go anywhere, which is in fucking insane. It's really insane, really. So you see a man that you're highly attracted to, but you rather act mean to him and act weird to him and like show him every other part of yourself that shows that you're not attracted to the man, but you're attracted to the man, but you're acting like you're not attracted to the man. You're showing characteristics of yourself that you're not attracted to him. You're treating him like shit and all this other stuff. So like, okay, how the hell am I supposed to know you're attracted to me? And if I try to make a move, you shoot me down like, okay, like it ain't like that, but you still showing these signals. And sometimes it really do be real. It don't just be attention seeking. It really be them liking you, but they're self sabotaging. Remember, because that fantasy world they want to stay in, they rather stay in than know the actual reality because it'll kill their fantasy and the whole idea of it not going the way they want it to go would veto the fact of actually getting involved and trying to find out for themselves. That's really what it is. Because you remember, they think things through and through. So they thinking more and more about you. They already fantasizing about you. So if they thinking something a certain way, and if they think even for a second that even won't go the way that they're thinking in their fantasy and their mind and all that stuff like that, then they'd rather just live in the fantasy. I hate the fact that it's like that, but it's really like that because it's crazy. And a lot of these experiences that I've had has shown that because they rather live in the fantasy and like it gets to the point where their friends have to come up and tell you that they like you and shit like that. I had like this is how they really break it out because friends get tired of seeing the chick going through all this suffering. And that's why sometimes you had a friend of the female that likes you and she come up and be like, "Oh, my friend has a crush on you," and so she be like, "No, stop fronting," and stuff like that and shit like that. I didn't have situations like that happen, and they really just trying to get them out of that shit because they tired of them going through all this turmoil with themselves and all this self conflict and this internal conflict with themselves surrounding you. Because their friend, they got a front row seat to this, and they want their friend back, and they tired of all this bullshit. That's usually how it happens. But anyway, hopefully I explained that, but not explained that, but it ain't really too many ways to explain that shit because it's craziness. It's immature, like she said, it's childish, but they do that. So you're gonna come around a lot of chicks that play the games. I know you guys be like, "Oh, I'm not dealing with that." To be honest, it's really kind of cute at the same time, but you don't really have to sit there and engage in the shit, but you can see it and having more experiences with it, you're gonna see like what we're talking about. The more experiences you have, the more you'll be able to gauge, okay, whether she's like this or whether she's like that. That's why you got to get out in the field and touch grass and have these experiences so you can be able to differentiate between whether this chick is doing this or doing that or whatever. You never really know for sure, but the more experiences you have, the more uh points and key points and like the more things you'll be able to pick up on. I put it like that. Especially when it comes to like observing people like when they're in their social environments and shit like that, social cues and body language and all that kind of shit like that. So when you're interacting with the chicks, you'll be able to pick up on much more the more you interact and go through these situations. So you'll know the pick me's, you'll know the choosy Susies, shout out the underdog. You'll know all these types of things, so you'll know how to differentiate the chicks better and once you deal with these chicks. But you won't really know until you engage. But a lot of them holding up a wall, so you can't really get close to them. So usually, like I said, he's going to take their friends to break the barrier, their family members, or somebody else outside of themselves, or something like that. It's really hard for them to come up to you and like come and tell them and express their feelings unless they don't have to deal with the consequences later, i.e., probably having to see you every day or see you somewhere. Like if they about to go out of town somewhere or they finna go somewhere where they ain't finna see you no more, then they get bold then because they ain't gotta see you no more, which is crazy. like when you about to graduate, or she about to leave a job or something like that. When she's about to leave wherever you are and don't have to see you anymore, i.e., having to deal with the consequences of maybe being yes or no, then they step hard. Then they step harder than some of these goons out here when it comes to that. But when it's okay, they got to be around and they're going to see you. Oh yeah, yeah, they turn pussy. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. But anyway, it's your boy Noto back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And I appreciate you guys for tuning into the video, man. And I appreciate all the support, bro. Anybody can improve themselves, but they willing to work at it. I'm out.